Hey, what's going on? Ryan here with Intersection Records, and just finished the Trey Anastasio band set at the Grateful Dead 60th anniversary concert in San Francisco in Golden Gate Park, and today, August 3rd. Cranking it. Great way to open it. We got Dead and Company next. I'm assuming Trey's going to join them again. I'm assuming Graham Lesh is going to come out. But let's talk about the Trey Anastasio band tab, set list, and show. Looks like another beautiful day. In fact, I just looked at the weather in San Francisco. It's 63 degrees. I live streaming the entire weekend there on nugs.net. And got some friends that are there. Shout out to Sarah and Paul, having the time of their lives out there. Trey band was great. I saw Trey band back in like 05, 06. Came in a review, Backwards Down the Number Line, whatever that album was called. There's horns in it. It's different than Fish, obviously. It's not quite as just rock. It's more jazz. There's some ragtime, almost not vaudevillian, but kind of swing music stuff going on. They got a 3-person background singing, but they also then have horns too. Those same people that sing background are also horns. We got trumpet and trombone and saxophone, keyboard player, bass, percussionist, multi-instrumentalist guy, and drummers. It's an 8-piece band. We're going to get into the set list. We'll talk about some of the players too. They opened up with Moment Dance. It's a Fish song. Again, the background singers then go from singing background to playing their respective instruments. Trey's smiling widely because he's so proud of his band on this beautiful Sunday in San Francisco, opening up for Dead and Company's last show, maybe? He's playing his signature Languedoc semi-hollow electric guitar that he has custom made. It's kind of a natural brown color. Thing is awesome. It's also, I see a couple tube screamers on this pedal board too. That is using. Moment Dance was great. Then Mozambique was next. It's a Trey Anastasio song. A Latin feel, horns, kind of make it like a swing. Trombone player Natalie Cressman takes a really nice solo during that song, followed by a nice saxophone solo. Tempo changes in the middle, 8th. Trumpet brings it out. That's Hartswick on trumpet. Jennifer Hartswick. Anyway, they then play Sand by Fish. Desmond Douglas is maybe the star of the whole set. I mean, this bass player was wearing a pink hat, is just owning it. I mean, this band is more percussive than it is Trey being a stunt guitar player. It's about bass and drums and horns and some keys. Trey using his guitar just as another texture or another, color on the canvas, as opposed to more dominating when he's in Fish. So it's interesting. Sand was cool. Magilla was next. Another Fish song, kind of a swing dance. Remember that band, Cherry Poppin' Daddies? That's kind of the style of music this was. It was that kind of swing era. What was their song that they had? Cherry Poppin' Daddies. I don't know. Anyway, no vocals on that song. Just an instrumental. Live Again, another Trey song. Russ Lawton is just laying down the grooves all night too. So you got Desmond Douglas and Russ Lawton as a great 1-2 punch on bass and drums. So again, Trey's adding colors. Ciro Baptista runs out with a whistle at one point. Kind of that carnival thing where you're dancing in the street and the guys blows the whistle and then it breaks into a different time signature. Pretty freaking cool there. Trey then shouts out to Jerry. He says that the first Grateful Dead show that he ever saw was back in in 1981. Then he says, he said, a guy comes along, and now here we all are, meaning that Jerry comes out in the 60s and changes really music and changes everything. And it was interesting that Trey said just singling out Jerry. But let's be really clear and really honest. And if you know my channel, you know it's when I talk about the Dead, it's about Jerry Garcia. Because really he is that difference maker. You know, he is the Joe Montana or the Tom Brady in a great team. Yeah, you have to have the team to win, but there's one person, or in this case, well, Phil's certainly huge too, but Jerry is the difference maker in the Grateful Dead. It's his guitar playing, improvisational leadership that changed that. So he says, a guy comes along, and now here we all are. I thought that was cool. He then busts out Mission in the Rain. Garcia Hunter song, the live debut by Tab, doing Mission in the Rain, one of my favorite Jerry Garcia band songs. It's off of his 1976 record, Reflections, right? And they did a good song. They did a good version of Walking Along in the Mission in the Rain. Then they went into What's Going Through Your Mind. And I was thinking to myself, when was the last time Trey opened for another band? Maybe Fish did some festivals, but I don't think so. I know they're doing Bourbon Beyond next month in Louisville, but Fish doesn't open for people. They don't normally play festivals. Probably Trey's band has opened for people on festivals, whatever. But anyway, at 60,000 people, it's a lot of people. If looks could kill, we'd both be broken, he says, and What's Going Through Your Mind. Awesome rendition. Love Is What We Are was next. Another Fish song, kind of reggae feel, kind of bouncy, a little bit more chill. Love Is What We Are. No one can give it, and no one can take it away. Love is what we are. Just bringing those positive vibes, bringing that love vibe to Golden Gate Park on a Sunday, fun day, a great day to party and listen to Trey and the Dead and Company. Or Dead and Company. By the way, I'll put a link to my Dead and Company review that I'll do later tonight. Check out my other videos I've done, and check out my channel if you like great music. That's what we talk about here on Intersection Records. Then they go into Camel Walk. Fish's Camel Walk, funky. Again, a nice balance, kind of boogieing down in San Francisco. Jennifer Hartswick on trumpet. 6 saxophone solo by James Casey. James Casey was awesome tonight. He was all over the place. But really, all the horn players brought it. Jennifer Hartswick's trumpet was great. Natalie Cressman's a babe, by the way, on trombone. I really enjoyed that. Then we get Wolfman's Brother. So, I was thinking, Trey does a lot of Fish songs in his solo stuff, but he never does just huge, obviously Fish songs. Like, he's not going to do Wilson or Chalk Dust Torture or You Enjoy Myself with his solo band, but he'll do deeper tracks. Jerry kind of did that too, but Jerry did mostly covers in his solo stuff, and just like Deal and a couple, obviously he did some of his solo stuff, but most of his solo stuff he did ended up being Grateful Dead material as opposed to Jerry band material. But it was cool to see Wolfman's Brother and see it with horns, which changes things. I hate when I go to the door and it's the Wolfman's Brother. You know what I mean? Coming down on me. It's tough. In fact, what was that? Trey and his keyboard player, Ray Paskowski, just trading lines here. Super tight rhythm section. But Paskowski's playing and Trey's playing. and there's just a nice repertoire there with the whole band. I mean, this is only their second show of 2025. They played Friday night in Los Angeles, but prior to that, Tab had not played since October of last year. So you know they're rusty. You know this is a huge profile gig on TV and in front of 60,000 people. They did a great job tonight. Horns augmented everything. It was filthy on Wolfman's brother. Trey took a nice solo. The girls took the chorus out into an outro. And then we get Shine. Another, again, Desron Douglas, his bass tone is insane. Natalie on trombone is incredible. This song is tight, positive, driving. Trey has that jazz rock band. He's smiling in the San Francisco sunlight because he knows he's got a great band. And you get to see his pride in his face. He knows he's cooking, and he knows what he's doing is something different than the big behemoth that he has in Fish. This is his own thing. That's got to be gratifying. We get Everything's Right next. Crowds dancing. Trey's crushing leads. Plumes of smoke are going up in the audience. Life is good. Again, we got a Sunday fun day going on, and people are having fun. Taking it higher and higher. Taking me higher and higher. Na, 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 yeah. It's a great honor to be here, Trey then says. Band intros a second time. He did band intros twice because that's how cool Trey is, giving those guys and girls the props that they deserve, because it's not just about Trey, it's about his band, and it's a great, unique band. Ghost, Fish song, is their last song. Love it. The backing singing again. It's nice to have female backing singing and vocals on a Fish song. Insane, soul-melting Anastasio solo. They did great. Can't wait for the rest of the show. Hopefully, Trey sits in on something great. I'm sure he will. Standing on the Moon, maybe Dark Star. Anyway, check out my channel. Peace out. See ya.